Praise God, saints. This is Truth Speaker. It's been a little while. I'm back now. A little traveling. You know, I'm really discouraged right now. If you, to a point where, look at our country, the way we are attacking each other before the whole world. Morals gone, and the Constitution, which protects every human being, every person in America, is being destroyed by our politicians. And the churches, most of the churches are so hung up on the name it, claim it, blab it and grab it gospel. And these pastors are just centered on greed but man-made doctrines until the Spirit of God is no longer in most of these churches. The way the church go, so go the community and the nation. And the name of this is America and the Church, a nation in decline. Look at us, man. We owe about $17 trillion in debt. I just want to say something I never thought that I'd see. I'd never thought that we would witness, and I heard a lot about that lately, even commentators on radio programs and TV shows, where they're locking up white people and throwing them in jail. Like, man, we were just watching this lady. She had to be about 83 or 84. They locked her up. They're taking people retirement. People have worked white and black. You should have seen them out there. They were out there by the hundreds. People have worked it from Wisconsin to New York to Philadelphia to Florida to the Midwest to the Southeast to the Northeast. They're locking people up for the slightest provocation. Let me tell you, the CCA, that private, there's a reason for this. Your jobs are still being outsourced. Let me tell you, when a nation pulls away from God, the more depraved our leaders become. Listen, let me tell you what they've done. They've made it in certain states. You can't even say, they don't want you to even say Jesus in public places. Do you know that? But now, if you're other religion, you can quote out of the Quran. Isn't that scary? As Christ is left out, God takes his hands off of you. Now we have our religious leaders are not speaking out. Look at all the murders that are going on. Racism. I've never seen such gut-wrenching racism. Oh, the whites are the problem and all this. The blacks are the problem. Look, it is written, God took one blood, and made all nations of men to dwell upon the earth. He made all flesh. That's written. We're getting depraved. You should hear what somebody told me to turn to a Islamic or Middle Eastern news station. They were really blasting us, man. They were not us per se, but the American leaders, calling them hypocrites and phonies, and telling them how they're taking people retirement, and they're talking about bringing democracy to their country, and it's not even right. They're not even practicing it in their own country. They have no love of God, no fear of God. Let me tell you, anytime you get a group of politicians, Congress, sit on their behind, make $200,000 a year, and work the equivalent of 2.5 days out the week, that's a disgrace. Remember, the politicians of old in the 80s and 70s didn't work like that. At least stay there for 40 hours. These guys barely even know each other. They're destroying unions. Okay, a lot of people don't like unions. I've always worked with a union. Now you have people without union, elderly white people. You should have seen, they threw this man down in another state. They threw this man down, and this was a businessman, and he's suing the whole city. I've never seen him attack white people, elderly. And excuse my language, one of the newscasters said, look at this, what a hell of a sight. Folks, it's time to pray. Let's take this nation to God. Let's get out in the street. That's why it is written in 2 Chronicles chapter 7, verse 14. If my people, which are called by my name, will humble themselves and pray and seek my face, then will I hear from heaven, forgive their sins, and heal their land. Ladies, we're getting ready to get involved in a world war. You see, more and more people are beginning to get more ungodly. Morals are going. And again, wisdom has nothing to do with intelligence. They're entirely two different things. And your character is something else altogether still. Those three are not one and the same. And Lord, please, look, just because a person is elderly does not mean that they have wisdom. What did Eliyahu tell Job? That men of many days are not always wise. Job 31. It's time to pray. You have massive amounts of blacks and whites unemployed. Do you understand this? They don't even want you to pray anymore. You can't even pray in hospitals anymore. Do you know that? But you can quote, some places you can quote out of the Quran. Huh? So folks, this is about us uniting. You have to remember, the politicians are full of crap as a constipated elephant. There's no truth in them, no love of God, and no love of their fellow man. They don't care if you're white or black. They want us to think it's a racial issue. But they are in the pockets of big businesses and special interest groups. We're going to be in a one world government soon and a one world economic system. But they want us to keep staying at each other's throats. This is a plan of theirs. Look who controls the media. I've never seen so many white people get beat down by cops. Honest, hardworking. So pray and let's unite. It's good to be back. God bless you, my saints. Pray.